Okay, so I think this will be a quick job, but we'll see. We had a previous video where we installed this generator. We still haven't done the wiring and the fuel system and actually got it running, so there's a lot more work to do. But one of the things I found as I was installing this is that when it was attached to the rails, it would slide in and out, but it wouldn't go all the way in. And what I found is that the bottom of the generator was kind of sagging down and hitting the bottom of the power drawer kind of bracket system that it mounts to. And I don't know exactly what's wrong, but I think that the vibration mounts are just falling apart. And so I'm going to try replacing them first, and we'll see if that fixes it. Okay, so I'm going to pull it out, and I have to jack it up a little bit to get the bottom of the generator to come up off that power drawer. And so now that I've jacked it up, I can pull it out. And I want it all the way out so I can work on it. So these are the motor mounts or the vibration isolators, or I don't know, cushions. They're called a few different things. The part that I got is a genuine Onan from Cummins. The part number is 04020284. And I think you can find these around a few places. Applied GMC, I think, has these, and they're not very expensive. I think they're like $15 or $20 each. I'll put a link in the description for this, but there are a total of 4 of them. So we'll get to work here. Okay, so there are 4 mounts altogether. One here on the top, one here on the top back, and then one down here and one back there. And I think that's all of them. It makes sense because this is where the rails are, and this is basically what mounts the generator to the rails. So I've taken the bolt off of this one. I'll just need to figure out how to get it out and replace the rubber. All right, so the mounts have been a little challenging to get to. I need to take this bracket off to get to the one down here, and I had to take the whole front with this top bracket off to get to the one up top here. I also had to take off this cover here on the side. Basically, it looks like it just covers the cylinder head on this side, but that gave me enough room to get in and get the old one out and the new one in. Alright, so I got all of the mounts out, and you can see that pretty much all of them are smashed smaller than they should be and deformed, and some of them were quite smashed and torn up. In many cases, the bolts were smashed into the bottom of the mount. So all of these definitely needed to be replaced. This one is probably the best one, but even it is all deformed. So I don't know if this is going to fix my problem, but I think they needed to be done regardless. So at least we're fixing something that needed to be done. Okay, so I got the last mount back here installed, and there's a bracket that goes over the top and then goes underneath the generator, and I had to loosen up the bolts on that bracket to get that one slid in and out. So I got all of the mounts installed, and unfortunately it made my problem maybe a little bit better. The generator doesn't move around as much now because of all of the slack in those mounts, but it still doesn't close the way it's supposed to. So there's something else going on in the slides, or something about how it's set up. So it looks like the saga continues.